Yeah.
Um,
Seiji, we are term 14 officially.
oh, well, ignore this. Okay, so quiz number 2. Super, super easy. And do you guys remember what special pair does our author recommend us to use against our tendency to see things are as themselves?
Sungjuk.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual that he would talk about that, but yes. Greater way wisdom and the method that we mix it with bliss. Okay.
Hey.
Question number 2. What type of weapon do we use to represent this process of destroying self-cherishing and why?
A yukto.
Uh-huh. And why?
Because we want to smash it to dust.
Aha, exactly. As opposed to like in the past that we've always used sharp weapons, right?
Yeah, slicing into ribbons.
All right. Cool, thank you. Question number 3. Who are we asking for help, and what powerful image is used to illustrate how to attack our self-cherishing? What is the point of visualizing this? Do you guys remember? It was more on one of the... Sorry?
Is it Yamantaka again?
Uh-huh. And do you remember what the text said about it?
I remember it says it's not the picture that we are asking.
Oh no, you're right, but that was the class before. I guess this one he would be talking about the how do you call it? The not
Putting a
the
pilot on his head.
but just before that, it has to do with
Big club.
His looks and what he's doing.
Make him a bad coffee.
Bottle of champagne.
So it kind of puts everything that we saw in the last class together. He said we asked him to come waving their weapon with a strong stance, show their fangs, and beg him to liberate the demon of self-cherishing from his body. It's a very peaceful class. So the point of this, how should we attack our self-cherishing? Not that we should be violent or anything, right? Well, except if it's with our self-cherishing.
When you say from his body, you mean implying that he has self-cherishing stored in his body or something?
From our body?
No, meaning so like separating him from his body, i.e. killing him.
His referring to the self-cherishing.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, vocabulary.
Club. Well, you don't want that agigu e afterwards.
Yeah,
Club.
I just it's without this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you already said it. Nang tap chin po.
That's the one that Ben didn't want to show.
Oh.
She had the shorts on.
That's the Kyangkum.
Some sort of warrior pose.
I think it would have been frightening for another reason.
Well, it seems that's Mighty Wrath, but does it refer more to the pose, Geshe-la?
Yeah, that means how you're standing, really. So yeah.
Okay, well,
That's
ignore that.
That's okay. It's very rare. It's very rare.
Once again, you don't need the s, the sa suffix.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that one you.
No,
need.
that one you do.
Yeah.
The one after
should be
Chempo.
po.
All right.
Oh.
You and me are going to have a heart-to-heart about case marking particles soon.
Well, and I guess the last one you already saw.
You can
And
take
you don't
the
want the
apostrophe
after
off the
to
too.
either.
Sorry?
The apostrophe, you don't need it.
Cool. All right. Cool. Thank you.
And verb should end in a wa or a pa.
Mhm.
So I would put ba after the del, after del.
Verb should end in a wa or a pa.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Ooh.
Okay.
So
But now they don't always, right? But and sometimes that like turns them into nouns, and at the end of a sentence you might not. But when you put them alone, you do that.
Yeah, it's like in English you use to in front of it.
Uh-huh. So it's like the infinitive is you put a pa or a wa after it,
Yeah, yeah.
and that unfortunately depends on the verb which you use.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, bummer. Okay,
Cool.
that's helpful.
Yay.
Cool.
all right. And this is the
Translation.
paragraph. Yeah, again, thank you, Nick, for helping me.
Oh,
I didn't call you at 6:30 this time, so.
thank you.
All right, cool. Oops. Huh?
To help with this verse.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Okay. Hmm.
Whoa.
Good.
Well, I think that I'll say, see what question Michael said.
Go ahead.
Does it say thunderbolt of self-cherishing in your heart?
Oh,
No, it's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's tok.
Yeah, there's two tokes in the paragraph, I think.
There's a tok in the Yeah, there are two toks. The second tok is to pile it on somebody's head.
Oh, tok to
so-
poom, like a
the
phrase.
head.
Yeah, so it's correct. It's all correct. Tok,
Should it say in the head of self-cherishing or?
yeah, it means to pile it on top of somebody. So
Oh,
tok.
on top.
Uh,
Upon.
and they're probably related that people got hit on the head with lightning or something. But he's in a tok mood, this guy. That's why I wrote he's in a tok mood, because first he used tok in one meaning, which is to pile something on top of somebody's head.
Mhm.
And then he used tok in a different meaning, which is lightning or thunderbolt. Yeah.
Mm.
And I just think he was in the mood for toking. I
Cool.
mean, that's a different tok, right?
What would you want to?
What's a sanga's name in Tibetan?
Okay.
Yeah, so that with an S, but it's related, right? So just something physical. Who is that?
Sorry.
That
Oh,
was
I
me.
like it.
Voice is a little harsh.
I kind of like it. It brightens up my day. Nila Sopin number Tande.
This part, I guess, Geshe-la, we didn't understand how thunderbolts are related to poison, weapons, sickness, etc.
Oh, they're just things you don't want to get hit with.
Oh,
It's like getting hit on the head with lightning or something.
right. Okay.
There was something else I wanted to say. Let me see. Yeah, good. It's a perfect translation, actually. It's fine.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah. There's one verb you left out, which is mupa. Can you guys guess what the mupa's doing?
Oh, where your wish destroys it, pulverizing it all into total nothingness.
This mupa means imagine.
Oh,
Or
Okay.
imagine.
Yeah. Imagine that blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
oh, so you can take out your wish. Or you imagine that you destroy it. Or something.
What's the wish?
Ah,
Oh, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, cool.
cool. All
Very
right.
nice. Very nice.
Hey,
got-
thank you, Geshe-la.
You got good help. I would pay him well.
Yes.
By the way, I have to talk a little soft, so if you guys have trouble hearing me, let me know. Okay.
All good.
Okay. I have neighbors here. I guess they don't want to wake up at 7 o'clock.
I'll go in the other room, sweetheart.
All right, let's see here.
Good one. Can we stay in here? Okay. I'll stay in here, baby girl. Oops.
Nick, I always feel weird when you call me baby girl.
Sorry, guys. They heard me say baby girl.
Still.
Well, it's just kind of embarrassing to hear you talk to Kramer like that. Okay. Okay. Here we go, Seiji. I guess I don't. Dr. Kramer's in my face here, so.
Sorry.
You read, Seiji. Oh, we finished this one.
Khang là nhiều mong thúc chiếc chi pa. Rim tun đi là nghe par phong tu seul.
Good. Let's just read the commentary. Keep going.
Shete Khang shepa chi ra yimpa le kam dir ni dungao tang nyomong pa Khang la chi pe semchen nam la jukpe. Te tat ki hyu ki chak sok nyomong pa duk nga tang te kepe le la sok pa chim chi pa tam che rik tung ki dak chen zing di tok tu nge par pong tu seul nyam pe gone nga shing tong len kompa yin la.
Wow.
Nice.
Cool.
Good pronunciation.
Yeah.
Okay. Kang is a chida. What does that mean?
Your outer enemies.
No, that's
general. A general
Oh,
word.
general. Yeah.
yeah. Kang is a, what do you call it in English? Pronoun. Okay. It's just a general word. We don't know who it refers to yet. Okay. Whoever. Okay. It just means whoever or wherever. Okay. That's a general word. So you pronounce this extremely well. Come dear. There's an M and an N, and it's just an exception. Come dear. What's that mean, Seiji?
Suffering of mental
And
no.
Yeah. Suffering and here you got to say negativities because it has a ba on it. Okay. So it's more general than mental afflictions or something. Chipa means yupa.
is
Yeah, who has them? Semchen lajuk. So we're referring to people. We're referring to, you tell me, anyone who
has suffering and negativities.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So anyone who has suffering and negativities, they have in their gyut.
mind.
In their mind stream. Okay. And this also means tantra, right? They have in their mind stream tugna.
5 poisons.
Yeah. Who had Duke recently? That was Nick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was in Seiji's paragraph, the last one that he trimmed.
And then again, he changes negative emotions to negativities. Okay. So please notice the difference. Negativities can apply to samsara itself. Okay. And then he only lists the first of the 5. Okay. So, by the way, who wants to tell me how that reflects the meaning of sok in Sanskrit, adi?
Besides the fact that it means etc.
So sok is a translation kind of adi in Sanskrit, which means starting with. Okay, so you always have to be a little sensitive to that. It doesn't just mean etc. It can also mean starting with. Okay, start, and it's different, right? That implies that desire is the first of the five. Okay, and it's somehow leading the others. Okay, so you have to consider that possibility while you're translating. Okay, Dugna de kepe le. Then you got le, which is kepa by the Dugna. Sorry. You got le, which is kepa by the Dugna.
Karma, which is triggered by the 5 poisons.
Yeah, and I like the word triggered. Thank you. Chi chipa, however many there may be, however many karma there may be. I'm going to take them to Riktun. Now, this is the important phrase of your reading today. Riktun. Anybody? Riktun.
To be all of the same type.
Good. Same type. Yeah, same type. Now, he's going to explain it to us because it's not very clear what it means. Okay. So I take all the bad karmas, etc., that have been triggered by the 5 poisons in whoever has that in their mind, okay, and I pung them on top of the Dakchenzen.
Pile them.
Pile them upon.
Drop
Yeah.
them on the head.
Yeah, I piled them up on his head. Nyampe gone, thinking this to yourself, gone means while you're thinking that to yourself, then you can Seiji, Ngar Shin Tong Lengom.
Use Tonglen. Tonglen. Use Tonglen to.
Like we did before.
As described above. Yes.
Yeah, as we did before. Yeah. And, technically you'd be breathing you'd be taking in the bad deeds, the bad karma, and the mental afflictions on one side of your nose, right? I think it's the left. And you would be breathing out help and happiness on the right side. I went to find you an explanation of the 5 poisons.
Oh, wow.
And I found a very beautiful one. And then yesterday when I was preparing for your class, just sharpening up, I noticed there's something interesting in the title of the book. Let's read this title, Rignak.
Rignak ki gyalmo maya chempo. Maja chemoy doi pumdrel sheja.
Yeah, so this is a tantric text from a lower tantra. And Rignak means kind of like mantras. Gyalmo means what?
Queen.
Queen. And what's Maja?
Peacock?
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a weird karma that, the quotation you need is from the only book in the Tengyur that has peacock.
Nice.
Where's the peacock in the Sanskrit title here?
Mayur.
Yeah, Mayur. Yeah, here it's a female, Mayuri. Okay, good, cool. And the author's name is Karma Bhadra. Okay, then I don't know him very well. Here's the part I want you to read. And who's going to check you is Mr. Word.
Right. Dungani timuk inte timuki rangshinki shedang chungno shedang le de chak chungo de chak le nga gyal chungo nga gyal le chak tok chungo.
You guys can translate this part. You don't need me. So Word, Seiji, why don't you try and Word correct him where he goes wrong, okay? And I'll take a coffee break.
All right, let's see. Tunga Chimuk.
You know the first part? Go ahead.
Dunga as in suffering? No. Dunga.
Not is 5. So what are we discussing?
Five poses.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 5 poisons. Thank you.
Yay.
Nice, Nor.
Hey, Word, you're supposed to give her $20 at that point.
Seiji, give Nor $20.
Way to delegate.
Okay.
It's just the 3 poisons in the middle of the wheel of life. What's the middle one? What's the pig?
It's hate. No, it's ignorant liking, right?
Ignorance, Timuk.
Yes.
Desire.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it has slight connotations of
Dullness, stupidity, darkness.
darkness, physical darkness. Yeah, Timu. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Timur. Well, I'm guessing the other one must be ignorant liking and disliking.
Yeah, Shedang word.
Shedang is ignorant, disliking.
Disliking.
But what's this Rang Shinki Chun?
From ignorance, it generates it. It's like a succession.
Yeah, so the cool thing about this quotation and why I want you to use it in your footnote is he actually takes a shot at making a chain of causation here. If you have Timu, then that's going to create Shedang. And then it'd be an interesting class to teach that in a class. That's like a 45-minute class. You know, like why is anger specifically related to misunderstanding the object? Okay.
Right. So in this case, you would say liking generated by ignorance? Not
Disliking. Yeah.
Ignorant.
It's the reaction of the wife in the kitchen.
Right.
Because she has Timu.
Mhm.
Okay. She misunderstands her husband and she gets angry. Okay. And then keep going, you two guys. Hey, I'm on a coffee break.
Okay. Aversion, disliking.
What's Nagel? I king.
Nagel, pride.
Yeah.
Good.
And from that, when you have pride, what do you get? Shatok.
One of the 10 non-virtues.
I'm very intimate with this process.
Oh, wait, that's my specialty word.
Jealousy.
Jealous.
Jealousy. Okay. Now it'd be interesting to speculate when you teach a class about your book to why should anger be the one that comes out of ignorance, and why should desire come out of anger, and why should pride come out of desire, and why should jealousy come out of pride? That one's easy, right? But it'd be an interesting class, and then if then you could massage it into a small DCI presentation. You see what I mean? So keep your mind on diamond mining here. He makes
Level
one more
10.
comment. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about DCI level 10, impossible anger.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We should have a jealousy manual.
Definitely.
Okay, please read word. You this team keep going. I thought I would throw in the next sentence he has.
Okay, go ahead, Seiji.
Dengan dupe jiktenki du sumlan dute jiktenki du sumni de chak tang shed tang tang timuk tang sumo.
Nice.
Translate.
All right.
Tenga, how much is nga?
5.
And what's jikten?
Oh my god. The
World.
Yeah, good hasso.
All of the world.
Yeah, so these 5 are
Worldly 3 something 3. 3 poisons.
Yeah, good. These 5 can be abbreviated, or these 5 can be you know, you can fit the 5 into the 3 because the 3 are very famous. So it's a nice, and in fact, Word started talking about the 3 when he started teaching you the first part. So we could say, you can fit these 5 into the famous 3 poisons at the middle of the wheel. Keep going.
5. Dictate of the world. Soon 3 poisons of the world. 3 worldly poisons.
Yep.
The chat tongue desire.
Yep. Shaidan.
Shaidan.
Anger.
Okay, anger and ignorance.
Yeah,
Good.
good. I'll ask you to translate the word "ni" for me.
Ni?
Yep.
Now the R?
Yeah,
The-
R, exactly.
Nice.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, equational sentence equals R. Okay, good. So just be aware, ni is not a verb. It's just like the or a, but in Tibetan it's used as an R verb. Yeah, or is verb. Yeah, good. Okay. Then he has a long explanation about outer poisons, and I'm gonna skip that. But if someday you're interested in it, it's an interesting addition to your text, the text that you and Noor write about Rumi and the peacock. Because why?
Because he talks about how to transform.
Yeah, exactly. This is the food for the peacocks, right? This is a nice long presentation on the traditional food for the peacocks. So that's cool.
Yeah.
You could have a whole poison presentation.
But did you say outer poisons as in like arsenic and that, or?
Yeah. Outer poisons are also called tuk. Yeah. And the poison in a snake is called tuk. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
In Chinese, it's called du.
Du?
Du, du.
Du?
Very similar to du.
Oh, maybe I think some words are related, yeah. Okay, Seiji is reading and Stanley just volunteered to check you.
Yes.
태양 dir Richtung she me gopani rangtang rikmitun pesang ye tang jangsem dakni chem posokla nileng cha dungal tang nyomong pa sok mela.
Well, I tried.
Okay.
I couldn't find it.
Okay. Then he says, Gopa means necessity, right? To be necessary. And then what's this sentence before that mean? What's the Gopa of saying?
What's the
Same type.
Why did you say Rikten?
Same type. Why do you say same?
Yeah, why did you say same type in this verse? Okay, let's go back to the verse. Okay, here we go. Anybody who has the 5 poisons of, negativities, I will pile it definitely on this same type.
Oh.
Okay, and then, our author and all of us are saying, well, what do you mean same type? Okay, what do you mean same type? What's that mean? And he asked himself the question because he was probably wondering before he gave his talk 5 minutes before. Why did they say Richten here? Then he says, me. What's me?
Not?
There's no dungel and yomo.
There's no suffering or negativities. No, negative emotions?
Yeah, negativities, which you have to lemba.
That you need to
Tonglen, lemba.
take.
Yeah, there's no negativities and suffering that you have to take from Sangye.
The Buddhas.
and Chanju Sembas.
Bodhisattvas?
Yeah, these Dagni Chambos.
Great practitioners.
Yeah. Sorry, Mahatma, right? Great beings. Okay. Why? Because they are Rick Mitten with you.
Opposite of you? No.
Yeah, they are not in the same
Right.
family as you. They're not the same group as you.
Right.
So he's defining same type negatively. You know, he says, just do the Gonglen on people who are the same type as you. And you don't have to take the suffering from the people who are not the same type as you. Okay.
Makes sense.
Right? Kind of funny. Okay. Utpala, did you check him yet?
I have not today. Thank
Oh,
you.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Tetat Kanglai Yepe Semchem Nam Mirangi Tang Pen Suntu Riktung Pai Yimpe De Chir Riktung Kye Ru Tam Gu Gu Tam Che Ki Dungyal La Sokpa Nam Riktung Dagni Ki Teng Tu Ngepar Leng Gepe
Langurpe.
Sorry?
Langurpe.
Langgepe Jenny Sung.
Lovely.
First of all, what's this sung at the end of the paragraph here? It comes in Pabonka Salamrim a lot.
Our Lama said, because it's a
Yeah, the Lama said, okay. He's just reminding you that he's making a recording. He's a tape recorder, right? And I think also when we get to a difficult word and it requires special explanation, the person recording the teaching often will say, you know, our Lama took the time to explain this word, okay? And here's what he said. So sometimes Sung is gonna be alerting you that this is a difficult point that the Lama had to explain. And I think sometimes there's this feeling in the Tibetan that the person who wrote down the teaching is saying, look, this is not my idea. This is an unusual idea, and I got it from my Lama. He actually said it during the teaching, okay? So it's important to be sensitive to the Sung, okay? Dedak, so those, it's almost a dual, right? It's almost a two thing. Dedak is almost, it's a translation. When it's Sanskrit, it's dual. It's two things. So we're looking for two things. And what's the two things we had?
Oh, negativities and suffering?
Yeah, good. So when you see a dedak, it's possible it's a dual, okay? It's not a kyaba, okay? So any semchen who has these two, okay, they are Rikten with me.
Full with.
They're the same kind of person as me. Okay, Rikten. We are the same category of people as me, okay? And then he says Penson. What's that mean, you guys?
mutually.
Yeah, they're the same as me and I'm the same as them, okay? So it means both ways. They're the same as me and I'm the same as them, okay? Therefore, Yinpei, I should, let's go back to the bottom of the sentence. Gopa, I have to, long is the past tense, future tense, sorry, of Len. I should definitely take on top of me, Toktu, right? Tengdu, same. I should take on top of me, Rikten Dagni, who's same type as those guys, all of the sufferings of Kegu, okay? What's Kegu mean, you guys?
All
All
sentient beings.
9 of those beings.
Yeah, and it's misspelled here, Nick. It should be what?
Genla. It should be DGU, but it's a Damka.
Yeah, it's a Damka. That's what I was about to say that. Yeah, you can spell it either way. Yeah, okay. So, and then he repeats Richten for those guys. Okay. Those guys who are the same as me, I will pile all their suffering on top of me, who is the same as them. And he's making a joke on Penson. Okay. So now we cleared up same type, right?
Mhm.
Yay, we can go on. Who is there? Tim Lowenhout wants to. It's gonna settle his hair down if he does this verse or two.
Ditar Niepe Sam Wamalupa Tetsome Pa Rikpe Ngösin Yang Ta Tung Di Yikan Zin Shak Ndep Na Zing Kan Di Yang Lak Par Zedusel.
Good. I'm gonna ask you guys. I guess it's a $20 question, Ellie. What's Ngusin here? Because he's repeating it over and over again.
Recognize.
Yeah, $20 for Amelie's dad. Okay, Ellie. Who recognize what in this text over and over again?
Oh, who my enemy?
Yeah, who my enemy is. Good. Yeah. Recognize who my enemy is. Okay. We just had a long discussion of it in Venerable Utbala's text because they were talking about during meditation being able to recognize your enemies in your own mind. Okay, good. Now, $100 question. I saw Word wake up just now. His eyes popped open. $50 each eye. Somebody tell me what Shangdep means. And specifically after Zen. $100. It's a tough question. I admit it's a tough question.
That's not to
If you want
confess.
a clue, I'll reduce it to $50.
I'll take a clue.
Gonna
Okay,
split
it's the
something
title
up.
of a famous book. It's in the title of a famous book.
Is it Devil Debates an Angel?
Yeah, Nick got it. $50. $50.
Yay.
Yay. So in that case, the title is Dang Zin Shangdep. Okay,
Right.
Dang Zin Shangdep. So we've been talking about that book as the devil debates an angel. But really what Shangdep means is a bitter quarrel. A bitter quarrel. Okay. All right. So somehow in here we're going to have a bitter quarrel. And by the way, that's a great book by the first pension called Losan Chuki Gensen, and it's a bitter quarrel between between self-existent thinking and wisdom inside of one person's mind. And it's exquisite poetry, very, very great poetry. We've been teaching it off and on for 10 years or something. Okay. I don't know why this book has a karma that people don't finish it. All right, let's go see why who's bitterly arguing. I think you can guess. Okay. Oh, Tim, you still there? Let's
Yep.
go.
Shepani Ditar Nipama Lupa Tamcheki Sawani Dachen Zindi Ni Yimpar Lama Tang Cheki Kadrinla Temne Tetsom Mepar Rikpe Lekpar Ngosin Par Cure Nang.
Good. The Tsawa of all Nyepas, okay? The Tsawa of all Nyepas is Dak Chenzen. Translate that, Seiji.
The root of all nietas is self-cherishing.
Yeah, Nyepa means problems.
Dilemmas.
Sometimes it's bad qualities, okay? I have finally Musin.
Realize?
Yeah, now I recognize who it is, okay? And I don't have any tetsum about it.
Doubt.
Yeah, beyond the shadow of a doubt, I know who it is. How did I figure that out? It wasn't me. I depended on the katin of my Lama.
Kindness.
Yeah, this is the cartoon that we're using. That's the title of a book that we're gonna finish someday. Due to the kindness of my teacher and of the teachings, I have figured out who it is that's the very root of all the troubles in my life. Finally I figured it out. It's taking care of me and not taking care of other people. It's really causing all the trouble in my life. Okay, so gang, you gonna help him on the next one?
All right.
Yeah.
타통 뒤 간진 샥데파테 니니 키쪽 촌징치 갸라 랑파르체 갸라 랑파르체나 닌진 칸디 양의 par 세두설 셰파테.
Yeah. Okay, lakpa means kind of waste somebody, right? Waste somebody. We said it also means to lose something, okay? What's dadung mean, you guys, for $10?
Nowadays,
Nope.
Right now.
Say again?
Right now.
Nah. Dadung means he's still doing it.
More.
Oh, still.
Okay, he
Still?
doesn't give. Dadung means he doesn't give it up. Okay, he's still doing it. He's still doing it. What's he doing? Shangdep.
Quarreling.
Yeah, he still wants to fight with me. Okay, you know, you do a nice mixed nuts class in the morning. You find out that taking care of yourself is the root of all evil. You finish the class, you close your computer, and then you walk out into the world and you spend the whole day taking care of yourself. And, so what he's saying is, this guy, this tendency to take care of ourselves first, he just keeps coming back to fight with us. He keeps coming back with the same old argument all day long in our head. You know, he keeps coming back and saying, come on, you know, it's okay to take care of yourself a little bit. I mean, you can't go crazy with this idea. Okay, kanzin means to hold the mouth, right? Kanzin shangdep means the same old bitter quarrel is going to start in your mind as soon as you finish this sentence. Okay. Dini chongjin ki kyabla lambachena. Chongjin means to hold to a certain side in a fight. Okay, chongjin, it can also mean to take sides, right? Take sides. So he's going to keep taking his side, and he's going to gyabla lang means he's going to show up at our back. Lang means he's going to come up behind our back, okay? And that could have two meanings, you know, either he's going to make arguments behind our back, or he's going to get support. People are going to back him up. So both are being said here. The point is, every time you think you understand self-cherishing, then he comes back and keeps fighting with you. He keeps the argument going all day. Okay. All right. It's a powerful verse. It's a powerful image. You know, you finally identify what's the problem in your life, and then it keeps arguing with you all day. Okay. All right. So gang, let's keep going on this line.
대양신 강키 강사태 셈락팔체페 튼마잉캉 der tan징페 징 tanki sultan 징 kanki 켄키 강사태 숙퐁탕 체파 남락파 제두설 셰페도니 숭.
Okay, what's the sung mean at the end?
Said,
yeah, the Lama said during the teaching. And by the way, it implies that this here it's kind of saying, look, this is a bit of a controversial point, and I don't really truly understand it, but this is what our Lama said, okay?
Mhm.
It means, look, we still have to figure this out, okay?
Mhm.
Zin Kenki Kangsa, okay? The one who's still holding those viewpoints that I should take care of myself first, okay? Ken means a person who does something, okay? I don't know, what do you say? Motor Ken is the guy who's driving the car or something like that. So when you add Ken to anything, it's like ER in English, okay?
Oh, doer.
The holder, the person who's holding that, when we say we want to waste him, we want to destroy him, we're not talking about destroying his sim.
Mind.
Yeah, so destroying his whole mind is not the goal. Okay, we don't want to destroy his whole mind. Okay, that's not what we want to destroy. We want to destroy his zintang for $20.
Buddy.
His way of going about things.
Okay, I'll give you 20 for a word. Yeah, the way he holds things, the way he looks at things is called zintang. Okay, and it's very important in logic, very important in the logic scriptures. So what we're objecting to, we're not trying to do a lobotomy on him to take out his brain. We're just trying to take out the way he looks at things, and he can keep his brain, okay? What about his body, you guys?
You do want to destroy it, right?
Here it says, Supung Lot.
Lose it. Get rid of it.
Yeah, you want to destroy his body, Suki Pumbo. Please help me destroy his body, but not his mind. Just his attitudes and his body are enough, okay? Now, who knows what that means? Okay, I think that's why the disciple said soon. It's like, look, Lama said it. There's some point to it. Let's figure it out someday. I don't know. I also don't know.
But
yeah.
you're talking about the mind of self-cherishing?
No, I think his general mind. You want to take out the semchun of self-cherishing, but you don't want to take his whole mind away, okay? I think the mind is the one thing that you carry from birth to birth. You don't even carry your physical body. So he could be saying that, I don't want to destroy this guy's mind. That's really his life. But I wish he wouldn't be here physically in my world.
Mhm.
And I definitely wish he wouldn't think the way he thinks, okay? So that's going to be you're going to probably have to have a footnote there about, we're not talking about killing people, all right? We're talking about killing his appearance, maybe, or how he shows up, or I don't know.
Mhm.
Okay. Who's up next is Kat told me she wanted to check Seiji. Okay. By the way, Kat, thank you for taking care of Lama Pelma. And we'll talk about how much we can invest in a Bui house. Let's see. Okay.
Chani le len tamche chip la da. Hienro shin la kadrin che warsom. Gom.
Keep going.
Sheda ni le lan tamche rangyu ki dak chen zindi ni chipula da war chan yi shensu la yang da war mi cha ching.
Okay, there's a couple of points here that are useful to know. We've been struggling with the word len, L-A-N, when it means responsibility, okay? So we have len, this spelling means the answer to a question. Okay, when you say Q&A in Tibetan, how do you say it?
Feeling?
Chilen, yeah. So in that case, len means to give an answer. Len, same pronunciation exactly, we see in Tonglen. What's that mean?
Taking.
Yeah, to take. But sometimes, especially in Seiji's text, len means whose fault is it? Okay, meaning who does this problem answer back to? Okay, so when you add le in front of it and you say leilen, it always means responsibility. Okay, so just you guys can remember that when len has le before it, it always means whose fault. Okay, whose fault. All right, whose fault is all the problems in my life? Okay. Chikla da means to exist. Chikla da means it. The whole fault, 100% of the fault here goes to one person. Okay, right, or one attitude. Okay, so Dani Lelen Tamte, I figured out who's got 100% of the fault. Okay, it's my Dangchan Dakchenzen in my Rangyu. What's that, Seiji?
Mind?
Yeah, in my own mind. Don't confuse this with Rangyupa.
Svatantrika.
Yeah, which means Svatantrika. Okay, which refers to some kind of self-existing quality of arguments. Okay, Dini Chikbu. Chik means one, but Chikbu means
Only.
yeah, one and only. Okay, there's only one person who's responsible for all these problems. One and only one. La dawa means it is. Dawa means ancient word for is, okay? And these problems don't go back to Shen.
Anyone else?
Yeah, nobody else and no other attitudes in my mind. Sulayang means nobody at all. Sulayang, okay? Nobody else. You can't blame anybody at all for my problems. You can't blame your husband. You can't blame your wife. You can't blame, I don't know, your teacher. You can't blame the government. You can't blame the virus. All the problems come back to one person and one person alone. And that's your tendency to take care of yourself first, okay? All right. Who else we got here? Ellie, you in the mood?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Kingo Shin Tamche Kedro Shin Tamche ni Kadrin Chewa Yinte Data Milu Topa Yang Kewa Ngongma Gewa Chepa La Tene Chung Wa Yinla Gewa Deni Nge Parkienro Shen La Tene Chung Wa Te Tsompe Kadrin Shintu Chetsu Namsam Na Jin Gompatang.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up, which is unusual, according to my wife. But okay, I'll give $100 to anybody who can tell me the general sense of these four and a half lines. Okay, I think you can suss it out. I think you can figure it out.
By the way, we're over time.
Okay. Look at the elements of it. Look at the pieces of it and try to guess. Okay, that's part of translation also. What's he trying to say here? And then we'll translate it carefully next time.
Well, he's
Really have to think about these things.
establishing like a succession of events, right? Like
That's true, but I want to know a little more before I pay $100. $100 is a lot of work.
Well, first, he says now,
We're over time, so I'm gonna cancel that bet. I'm sorry, Word. I know you were close.
Thanks.
Other people are definitely cutting.
Kind to us.
Yeah, why? Because I have a human body.
Mm,
And that came from Gewa.
Dedicated.
And that came from other people.
oh, nice.
Okay. Why?
Because the only way to get good things is to be good to other
Yeah.
people.
The only way to get good karma is to take care of other people. Therefore, the second half of his verse here, he says, now I know the one person who's screwing me up is my selfish mind. But also I know who's responsible for all my happiness. And that's all the other people who allowed me to serve them. Okay. Got it, you guys?
Yep.
And
Yep.
we'll get to it. We'll go through it later. Okay.
That's the first time he's done that, isn't it?
It is the first time he's done that. And that he's still got some surprises up his sleeve. Okay. We're very far into the text, but we're, technically we're 341 pages into the text. But it's going to be a major tome, by the way. Okay. Sashi Yewa. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Geshe-la.
Thank you for thinking.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you.